Hello, my name is Navya. In this project, I built a full stack AI powered form generator that allows users to create dynamic web forms using natural languages. The tech stack I have used is for front end, I have used React. For back end, I have used Node.js with Express. And for validation, I have used AJV, which is a JSON schema validation. And for containerization, I have used Docker and Docker Compose. I solved the problem like generating forms manually is time consuming and requires technical knowledge. The system allows non-technical users to simply describe their needs, and the system generates a structured form automatically. This can be used in internal tools like HR forms, onboarding forms, and SaaS platforms and no-code, low-code builders. The system follows a client-server architecture. The front end provides a chat interface and renders forms dynamically. The backend processor uses user input, generates a JSON schema, validates it, and manages conversation state. And the flow is user enters a prompt in chat. Frontend sends request to backend. Backend generates schema, simulated LLM logic. Schema is validated using AJV. If valid, send back to frontend. Frontend renders for form dynamically. For ambiguous prompts, a backend returns clarification questions instead of schema. For invalid schema, backend retraces up to 3 times before failing. Let's start with Bash. I'm running all the containers freshly. Let's wait until it builds. Let's walk through the code. And in backend, I have server.js. This setups Express server, adds middleware, register routes, health point. And in form routes.js, main logic for API form generate handles prompt passing, conversation state, and schema generation, and retry logic, and clarification handling. And here a validator.js uses AJV, validates schema against JSON schema. Draft 07 ensures reliability, and then front end. Uh, in front end app.js, this it is a chat UI in the left pane and a form renderer in right pane, and handles API calls, manages state like a schema, messages, form data, and different diff panel. Key features are dynamic rendering from a schema, conditional fields using a xshow when, and a schema display export buttons. Let's see whether the Docker build is completed or not. Yeah, you can see here the backend is running at 8080 and front end is also running. You can see Webpack compiled successfully for front end, and now it's time to run test. Let's test the front end UI. In input field, let's create form with email. Click send. Yeah, you can see the email field. And now let's add another, add password. Click send, and the password is added. And in diff panel, you can see plus password. And let's create new settler form. Create newsletter form. Click send. And here you can see checkbox. Click the checkbox. And you can see email frequency. If you uncheck, it will disappear. Yeah. Now make a form for booking a meeting room and click send. Here the question appears. You can see, do you need date and time selection? Question appears and no form rendered. And if we click export, yeah, here you can see it is exported. And if you click copy code, the your JSON is copied, and copy your curl, and they were copied. And for API testing, let's check API. Let's check the health and one. First, yeah, you can see status healthy. Let's test this. Okay, it's wrong. Here you can see the form ID and conversational ID and schema and object and email format title required. Yeah. And now hardest part is ensuring schema validation reliability, implementing retry logic correctly, managing the conversation state, and challenges faced are AJB validation initially allowed invalid schemas fixed using a strict mode and validate schema, handling race conditions in a React state and correctly hiding a schema during clarification. And this the solution is added a strict AJV validation, implemented a retry loop, and fixed front-end conditional rendering logic. Limitations are LLM is simulated, limited field type supported, and no persistent storage. And improvements are integrated a real LLM and add more field types like drop down date, etc. And use a database for conversation persistence and improve UI UX design. This project demonstrates how to build a reliable AI systems using structured outputs validation and conversational workflows. It ensures correctness using JSON schema validation and provides a dynamic real-time user experience. Thank you.